Hey guys, it's Sim Queen, and today I am doing a renovation of a house that the Sim Supply built. It's called House Under Construction. He posted the video on his channel, and as soon as I watched it, I was like, I have to finish this house. Like, it's just begging to be finished. There's so much potential. It looked so interesting, and yeah, I really wanted to try to make something of this. So it definitely had a lot of potential, and right away I could see exactly where I wanted things to be. I mean, he already had the floor plan set out, and I didn't want to change any of that. So I didn't want to like move any of the doors, like where the doorways are. I wanted that all to be the same. Like the placement of all the walls and the fireplace, I wanted that all to remain the same. There were some things I did struggle with a little bit, just because, I mean, he built this it's not intended to be a full house. It's intended to be the shell of a house. So I did struggle with a few little building things here and there, and had to look at some cheats, and there were a few complications along the way, but eventually it all worked out. The biggest thing for me was the garage. I couldn't figure out how he got the garage to be attached to the house when they have two different foundations. Like, one is on a foundation and the other is not. So you can see right there, I'm struggling with that. I'm like, how did he do it? And then I watched his video back and realized just how he accomplished that. So I did figure out a way to do it, but then when I wanted to put a roof over top, it wasn't working. So I ended up detaching the garage from the house entirely, and the garage ends up having a separate entrance at the back of the house. So there's the backyard, and then there's the garage door at the back. So the garage is still usable, you can still get into it, but it is no longer attached to the house. It was just too much of a struggle to accomplish that. So that's kind of the only thing that's different about the house. Other than that, it just, I kept it the same. The bones are the same, the layout's the same, and it was really fun to do this. And it was fun to kind of go through and look at what he had done. And I was actually I watched the video, and then as I did this reno, I watched the video back, or I was listening to it, just to kind of get into his head and see what he was thinking as he was building this. I kind of went for like a little suburban type house. I wasn't really sure what to do. I was kind of thinking like, should I do an interesting theme like for this house, or interesting style? But I kind of just thought maybe something suburban would be good. I haven't really done a suburban house on my channel in a while, and they're kind of the ones that I prefer to do, honestly. It's like the most comfortable thing for me. So I think that I did a pretty good job on this. I mean, there wasn't much you could really change about it. The only really creative thing you can do is furnish it, because I mean the house is basically already built and already kind of decided for you, which I thought was really fun. What I'm going to do at the end is post the before and after shots for the screenshots, which I don't normally do for renos, but this one I think is just so vastly different that I really would like to include that. So this galley kitchen he designed, I really liked it, but I wanted to change just a little bit about it. So I ended up doing like a little kind of window in the middle of that wall, which I thought was kind of nice. I do like the layout of this house, actually. I would never think to do a layout quite like this, and it really worked out. There was a closet in the master bedroom that he had there, so I did put it back. Anything that he had that I took out, I mostly put back, like doors or walls or things like that. I just kind of put it how he had it, because I still want it to look like it was the same house. I wanted it to look kind of realistic, like an actual reno, and not just something that was totally redesigned or ripped down or reconstructed. It's just finished, basically. Yeah, so I had a lot of fun doing this. I think that I felt pretty comfortable with all the furniture and stuff. It came pretty naturally. I didn't really have any struggles with this, other than a few of the little building quirks that I couldn't really figure out. But at this point, I was far past that. So the rest of it was just mostly fun, and mostly kind of easy to do as well. So in the bathroom here, I'm just adding a few little clutter items. I don't normally do this, but I did put like the toothbrushes on the sink there. I always intend to do that, but I end up forgetting. So I did remember in this case though. And then I think the next thing I did was the kitchen, which is pretty small. This house actually only ends up being, I think, $36,000, which is pretty good. I mean, it's no starter, but I think it's a pretty good price. And I did end up putting it on the gallery as well, so you can download it. I'm doing that thing again where I paused or I didn't pause my recording at all. I totally forgot, but I'm off in another world doing something else. I do that all the time. and then I never cut it out. So yeah, the galley kitchen I put right there. I don't normally put the stove right next to the fridge, but I'm pretty sure in this build I did do that. There wasn't like a lot of room to play around, I guess, because it's a pretty small kitchen. And I did put those kind of mason jar lights above it as well, which I really liked. And I did put some carpet, it's all carpet, except for the bathroom and the kitchen. I really like carpet in houses, and I know a lot of people don't. They think it looks kind of like outdated, I guess, but I do remember the Sim Supply saying that he likes carpet. So that's another reason I put it in here. I was like, well, he likes carpet, I'm putting it in. And I kind of think it looks cozy as well. I don't normally do carpet, I usually do hardwood. So yeah, I think it looks really nice with this tan colored carpet, and I think the bedrooms have the same color as well. Just put a couple of those like hanging plants on the wall. Didn't really clutter up the kitchen. Well, I guess no, it is pretty cluttered. I did put like the knife block and the cutting board and stuff. And then I put like a little dining room table with 4 chairs over in the corner. And I think I ended up forgetting to put something in that little area just kind of around the corner from the dining room. I think I left that entirely blank. So you might want to add a piece of furniture to that. I was going to add something later and I completely forgot. For the living room, I ended up getting all the furniture that I liked, and then I switched it all because I wasn't really feeling it. Also, one thing I did do, I said I was going to keep it to the original build, but I think I did move the fireplace over, and I did move it back, but it still might not be in the exact same place that he had it, but still kind of similar. I think I changed the couch as well. I wasn't really feeling that. I don't remember what I ended up doing. I do like the way that looks, but yeah, I think I went with the one from Seasons instead. And also played around with the fireplace too and completely changed that. I kind of liked the sandy colored wood, so I wanted to include that as well. The living room is pretty small. I mean, every room in this house is pretty small. It's not a very big house at all. Before I renovated it, I was thinking that I wanted to do it like more of a starter, but then I thought that it would just kind of look like a very empty, boring house, and I wanted this to be like a complete transformation from what it was, and I didn't think I could really accomplish that if it was only a starter. It would have to be a lot more filled up. So I did put like that little shelf at the front door there, and I can't remember exactly, I think I put like a statue on top of it or something like that, and a mirror next to the front door, and like the coat rack too as well. I didn't really have an idea of who was living here. I think I just did, like the bedrooms are pretty basic. One has a double bed, one has a single bed. I didn't have any Sims in mind really for this. Anyone can live here. Normally I do have like a family in mind, but for this I was just trying to make it look nice, not so much add character. And then here this was a fail. I think I ended up changing it. I don't remember what I did with that wall, but I had this idea to just put a whole bunch of these little pictures all over and kind of clutter it up, but try to make it look nice. I don't know. I don't know if I got it or not. I think I kept it like that anyway though. I didn't really know what else to do. I'm just getting so bored with all the wall hangings and paintings and things like that we have. I really feel like we need more in the game, and so sometimes I just feel like I'm so sick of using the same ones all the time. So I decided to try something a little bit different. And then the master bedroom, I think I ended up putting like the bed and the side tables, and then I didn't like it, so I switched it all. I can't remember if that's what ended up happening, but I'm pretty sure it did. Even looking at it now though, I don't mind it. I just think, I don't know. Sometimes I just think that things look so bad, and then I look back at it later and I'm like, no, you had it, it was fine. But yeah, I did change the bed, and I think I added some dressers and not a lot of like personal items in the house. Like there are no like easels or like a piano or anything like to suggest that these Sims have specific traits. You can pretty much move anybody in here. I did put that chair. I put the same chair in all the bedrooms. I feel like I've been in a rut lately of doing all the same things with my builds, so I'm trying really hard to kind of change up the way I do things, because it's just more interesting when they're not all the same. There is one Simmer, I'm not going to say who, but all the builds are the same. Every single build is the same, and I'm getting so bored of that. And so I'm thinking like, I don't want people to be bored of watching my content or think that I feel like I'm predictable and they know exactly what I'm gonna do in all my builds. So I have been trying to do things a little bit differently lately. I did a 70s kind of house. I did like a retro chic apartment. Just trying different ideas and themes. If you have an idea or a theme that I could do, comment it down below because I am open to trying pretty much anything. Modern is not my specialty, but I still like to do it. I want to be able to do a whole bunch of different styles of house and kind of be a little bit more diverse that way. Even if it's a struggle, I want to at least try it. And then the garage, I didn't really do much with that. I think I just put some little windows and a door at the back. On the inside, you don't actually see it because I totally forgot to hit record when I was furnishing the garage, but I did put a woodworking table and just some cluttery kind of garage items, nothing too interesting in there. And then now I'm just building the pool, which was a bit of a struggle. I couldn't really figure out what to do, but eventually I did get it. And yeah, just filled that pool back up. It was filled with like dead plants and there was like a big crack at the bottom of it. So that got all fixed. It's looking good. The yard is really big actually, and it did have like a big hole in it. There was like a caved in part of the yard, so I smoothed that out. Smoothed out most of the terrain, and of course struggled with the terrain paint. I didn't exactly know what I was going for. It was a task, but you can see I just keep going over everything until it kind of looks the way I wanted it to. The backyard, I just put in, I think mostly trees and plants, and I did put in a swing set, and I think I put a fire pit with some chairs. So nothing too exciting going on in the backyard. And then the fence in the front, I was playing around with that, but I kind of liked it open. I didn't really want the fence going across the front yard, so I just kept it like that. Here I am adding some like shrubbery to the backyard. Just to add a little bit more color because it's pretty plain back there. But yeah, I think it ended up looking pretty good. The trees kind of add something to it as well. I felt like it needed a lot more greenery to it. It just looked very dead back there. And there I am adding the fire pit. And yeah, that is pretty much it. You can download this renovated version. It's on the gallery right now. My origin ID is SimQueen1992. And yeah, that is pretty much it for this build. If you enjoyed it, please give it a thumbs up. Let me know what you think in the comments. And if you're not already subscribed to my channel, I would appreciate it so much if you could subscribe. Thanks for watching.